Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and here I have yet another anime top 10 list for you. Anime characters come in all variant personalities and attributes, but there is always that one character who's showing off their superior intellectual prowess, stuns and amazes us.
It's that hit and run ship!
Just today, I'm counting down top 10 smartest anime characters as of now. Picking out just 10 out of the plethora of characters was really a plebeian task to say the least. Yet I have selected top 10 not only based on their level of intelligence, but also their capability to implement and demonstrate us how smart they really are, and impress us by that factor. But before we begin, a fair warning that there may be present some spoiler contents.
We're all just a ship of fools chasing phantoms, heedless of what really underwrites natural law.
Remember, you chose this path, not us. Do you understand what you've agreed to?
Starting off the list, we have a bit of an ironical entry here. On number 10, we have 9 from Terror in Resonance. A high school student and a survivor of psychological experiments performed on nameless orphans to form intellectually superior humans. 9 has never failed to impress us by showing us how brilliant he actually is in a very subtle manner.
Listen up. You have two options here. Choice 1, you can die where you stand. Or choice 2, you can become an accomplice.
Masking himself as a terrorist and performing precise acts of terrorism, he toyed with both local police and FBI for his own advantage to unveil a conspiracy and bring down an entire nation. I mean, not many could do that simply using the tactical intelligence. So, this guy's pretty smart, don't you?
Let me help you live this time. 9.
I like this quote from Titus Andronicus. And so should I rob my sweet sons of their fee? No, let them satisfy their lust on thee.
On number 9, we have Shogo Makishima. Makishima is a genius and a criminally symptomatic mastermind who, according to me, can easily be considered as the Moriarty of anime world. Possessing almost limitless resources, he finds unique individuals and inducing their criminal intent, he manipulates them towards committing unspeakable atrocities.
I think people only have real value when acting on their own impulses and desires, so I've asked quite a few people about their suppressed free will. I encourage them, I facilitate, and then I watch for the truth to play out.
Always working from shadows, never truly revealing himself, Makishima's act might appear random, but it all comes under a grand scheme. He is driven by the goal to liberate Japan from Sibyl system, which criminalizes people based on their psychological analysis. So here we have a mastermind antagonist with a moral goal.
And so now, go tell, and if thy tongue of yours can speak it, who 'twas that cut thy tongue, and ravished thee. Write down thy mind, bewray thy meaning so, and if thy stumps will let thee play the scribe.
On number 8, we have Viktor Debloyd. This cute little anime character who resembles a porcelain doll is a genius when it comes towards solving crime. Living in a fictional European country, Sorville, which is filled with myths, superstitions and mysteries,
君は選ばれたのだ。私の退屈を埋めるためのかけらの一つに。
Viktor, along with her assistant of sorts, Kazuya Kujo, helps out local detectives solve mind-boggling cases. She may be a little socially awkward given that she spends most of her time cooped up in a library.
一瞬で終わってしまった。また退屈がやってきた。
But her detective reasoning and intellectual skills could never be questioned, which she has proved time and again by taking on many mysterious cases.
この世のカオスから受け取ったかけらたちを私の中にある知恵の泉を使い真実として構成し直すのだ。
Sometimes I wish I was a cloud, just floating along, going wherever the breeze takes me. That's my style.
Number 7, Shikamaru Nara, one of the finest shinobi from the village hidden in the leaf, and obviously the most brilliant. He may have been initially introduced as a slacker in Naruto, but we quickly get to know his level of intelligence when the Chunin exams began. And might I add, he was the only genin to become a Chunin.
Anyway, if I was to win this thing, it would just mean more work. Bummer, and here I'd already planned out the next 200 moves in my head.
Well, Chunin exams were just the beginning, and Shikamaru has only impressed us furthermore. With his tactical genius who could outsmart even the fiercest of shinobis, with pre-planning countless moves and possibilities beforehand, everything may be a drag for this master of shogi, but he makes up for his lacking with a brilliant mind.
The hell with it. I give up.
Listen, the human brain can function as long as it has glucose. White bread is best in terms of cost performance.
Yeah, thanks for the lecture.
On number 6, we have Sora and Shiro. I know it's pretty odd placing two people in 6th position, but if any of you have seen this show, No Game No Life, you'll know I'm not so wrong about this one. This sibling duo are always together, considering themselves as a single unit named Blank. On one side, we have Shiro, a child prodigy, whose calculative and logical reasoning is parallel to none.
Of course. That's only if you have a mind capable of calculating the 10 to the power of 120 possible states of the board.
Chess is no different than simply playing tic-tac-toe.
And on the other hand, we have Sora. He may not be as logically adept as Shiro, but is a true genius nonetheless, whose action would simply leave you in awe.
You don't always have to lift your sword to fight a battle, understand? There's always more than one way to win a game!
The pre-planning and the counter-measuring of enemies' moves before they could even make it. Sora is both cunning and manipulative. He takes charge over the field, dominating others, and is my personal favorite among the duo.
But listen, it doesn't matter whether we're up against elves or gods. Blank never loses a fight. You got that? Don't underestimate humanity.
You're the one who resurrected me, Doctor.
Here we have yet another antagonist who is a brilliant mastermind born as a result of secret Nazi experiments, where neo-Nazis wanted to attain a man who could rule the world, and as a result they got Johann Liebig. Johann depicts all qualities of a prime specimen. He's charismatic, charming, highly intellectual individual with a silver tongue in his mouth.
Well, Richard, how about a drink?
Johann considers all human as no more than mere ants, and uses his extraordinary charisma and intelligence to cruelly manipulate and corrupt others, with no apparent reasons other than just causing suffering and destructions. He wishes to be the last one standing in the world as it turns to ashes. No wonder he's the titular monster of the series.
He didn't lift a finger. He just watched.
Like I always say, one truth prevails. The murderer is you!
On number 4, we have Konan Edogawa or Shinichi Kudo. Whatever you may prefer, this high school student slash detective, after being poisoned by a mysterious organization and becoming a kid, Shinichi opts for the identity of Konan.
Right. Conan Edogawa, that's my name! Conan.
And is on a mission to regain his old self. Konan does not want his child self to be a limitation from meticulously solving crime with an utmost precision, and could easily be considered as one of the smartest characters in general.
I don't want to write about great detectives. I want to be one. I want to live through the real adventure.
Conan, aspired by Sherlock Holmes, has a keen eye for details as he unravels many and unsolvable, mind-wrinkling mysteries, and has never failed to prove us that one truth shall prevail.
Only one truth prevails.
How did you do?
What's happening here?
I, Lelouch v. Britannia, command you. Now all of you, die.
Picking our top 3 was really hard and some tough choices were made. Thus on number 3 we have Lelouch v Britannia, a Britannian prince opposing his own empire. With the help of a witch who just gave her power of Gias and ability to control a person's will with just a single gaze. Using his ability to the fullest, Lelouch launches a rebellion against the empire who had captured almost 2/3 of the world, relying solely on his Gias and intelligence.
You should know your enemy. It is not people, but Britannia itself. It is a war you must wage, but not on the innocent. Take up your sword, fight for justice.
Lelouch sees the entire war as a match of chess, considering all the people, enemy or ally, as pieces on the board, as he makes tactical moves which enemies could never see coming. Possessing a charismatic personality and a flair for theatrics, Lelouch brought an entire empire on its knees, using only his Gias and impeccable brilliance.
Sick to death of a world that couldn't be changed. But even in my lies, I refused to give up in despair. But now this incredible power, it's mine. Well then.
I want to tell you I'm hell.
Any list featuring smartest characters would remain incomplete without this character present in it. On number 2 we have L, world's greatest detective, who has taken some of the biggest mysteries this world has to offer. He's not only one of the smartest anime characters but also a peculiar one too. Possessing brilliant detective reasoning and an absent-minded nature, he can also be considered as a mad genius.
It's just freaking weird. This guy must be what they call a mad genius.
L has shown his brilliance and remarkable foresight on many occasions, making bold and strategic moves on his attempt to apprehend Kira.
I assure you, L is real. I do exist. Now, try to kill me.
His personality may be odd and unorthodox, but this mad genius sure can get results.
I have lost the battle, but I'm not gonna lose the war.
Before I unveil the topic, which most of you must have already guessed it, here are some honorable mentions.
Offenses.
One thing I know beyond all doubt. Genuine harbingers of change must be able to do what others won't dare. Sacrifice their heart.
Now that things have come this far, it's my turn to go to Japan. Commander Rester.
We'll bring her back. We have the best chance to get her.
It's times like this when things happen in our city that defy the imagination.
And I will become the god of this new world. It's just as I thought. Humans are so interesting.
God of the New World indeed. Number 1, Light Yagami. A high school student, after obtaining the Notebook of Death, attains the identity of Kira to punish evildoers and cleanse society.
The Death Note never fails.
The main protagonist of this series, Light Yagami, is a true genius. Master at manipulation and completely diabolical, Light plays around with people like pawns in a game.
It seems there's a god on my side after all, and not just a god of death.
The only person to challenge him was the world's greatest detective L, which is also the main attraction of the series, is the mind games between the two, and how Light faces L's challenges head-on without the fail.
In all things, one cannot win with defense alone. To win, you must attack!
Light shows intellectual prowess with evil scheming and quick thinking as his back's against the wall, handling multiple scenarios at once. Light has proved on more than one occasion that he's a true genius and deserves his spot on the top.
I've won. Exactly as planned.
So these were the top 10 smartest anime characters. Which characters comes on your list? Make sure to let me know by commenting below. And if you like my video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more upcoming videos.